to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. I'm here with my host of the day, Miss Robin Shimizu, and we're talking happy, healthy habits. Robin, it's always great to have you in the studio. For those who don't know, I'm Lynnis, and I am BizChicks. So with that, we always like to have something where we talk about how to improve your business and your lifestyle. And Robin is our weekly contributor, and we're always happy to have her. We want to give a shout out also to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. She runs all that stuff going on in the background, and she's teaching us wonderful things about AI. So guys, we look forward to hearing more from her, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow when we talk tech in easy to understand terms. Meanwhile, let's get this party started. What's on the agenda today?
Okay, well, today we have a really great guest, Lynnis Woods-Mullins, which I'll introduce in a moment. But I wanted to continue. Good morning, Taralina.
Good morning. Beautiful.
Good to see you.
You know, we like to jump right in it. We don't like to keep our audience hanging.
So it's wintertime, and one of the things that came across my awareness this week was this guy. His name is Michael Burris, and he's an MD. Mm-hmm. And he was on TV talking about how to improve your sleep. And I thought, well, everybody knows about, how important sleep is to your brain, but let's go over it again. Just because it's the beginning of the year, it's cold right now, so it's a good time to kind of rethink about how we get better night's sleep, because it's so important for our brain. And we went into that a little bit last week about how the American Heart Association added sleep to their list of cardiovascular health indicators. Becoming more and more important that people pay attention to their sleep. Okay, so I'll make this really quick because we have a great guest. So he was saying there's this rule that he incorporates for sleeping habits, and it's the 3-2-1 rule. Oh, and the 3-2-1 rule is 3 hours before you go to bed, you got to stop drinking alcohol. So no more drinking 3 hours before you go to bed. He didn't say don't drink alcohol. He just said stop drinking alcohol. So he was kind of loose on that, I thought. And 2 hours before you go to bed, you have to stop eating food. And then 1 hour before you go to bed, you stop drinking liquids. And he said that will help set you up for a better night's sleep from the very beginning. And then he goes on to say, we actually reset our melatonin when we wake up in the morning. And it's important how you wake up to how you will sleep better at night. And I hadn't heard that before. And he said, so we have to reset our melatonin by waking up a certain way. And there's 4 things that he recommends we do to wake up and then be able to go to sleep easier, because it regulates your melatonin naturally. Okay. So the number one thing is to try to wake up every day at the same time, no matter what day of the week it is. So even on weekends, try to wake up. Don't sleep in. Your body wants that rhythm and it wants that consistency. The number 2 thing is to go outside. And we've heard this from Lynnis, and we've heard it from many of our coaches. Go outside, soak up the sun for about 10 minutes every day. First thing in the morning, because that sun will help reset your melatonin. Okay. So it's not only just good for our vitamin D and all that, but it helps resets our melatonin. And then the third thing he says, and I don't like this, but I can't do this. But he says, take a cold shower. Now, I take a warm shower. I try not to do hot water because hot water is so bad for our skin. Yes. And I've been trying to get cooler, get it cooler. So it's like lukewarm water, and that's about as cool as I can get. But yeah, he says, if you can take a cold shower, that's really great. And then he says, and wait 90 minutes before you drink your first cup of coffee. What? Yes. Wait 90 minutes before you drink your first cup of coffee. And unfortunately, I didn't get the reason why that is the case. But I thought, well, I'm kind of doing that right now because I switched to mushroom coffee. So I'm really not drinking coffee in the mornings. to the extent I used to. And then the last trick I wanted to teach you guys or mention is when you wake up at night, do you have a hard time falling back to sleep?
Mm.
Do you?
But I don't wake
You
up at
wake
night.
up. You're a solid sleeper. Good for you, Carolina. Good for you. They said to fall back to sleep. A lot of people wake up and then they can't fall back to sleep. And so it's the breathing technique that Lynnis and Jill have already taught us.
Really?
So he says if you wake up and you can't fall back to sleep, you do the 4, 7, and 8 breathing trick, which is you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 7 seconds, and then you blow it out for 8 seconds. So it's the 4, 7, 8 breathing trick. So it's like, and he says what it will do is it will help regulate you and slow you down and set you up better for a good night's sleep. So even, I guess, practicing that before we go to sleep is probably a good idea too. So it's the breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds.
Okay, shall we try that?
Sure. And he said you try it anytime that you're going to, like he does it before he goes on stage or before he gets interviewed or anything. So like before you do a class, for instance, you know, you're gearing yourself up to give your classes and stuff. You can settle yourself down before you even start. So yeah, let's try it. Before Lynnis gets there.
Yes.
Okay.
So
breathe in for 4. And then you exhale for 7. I mean, hold it for 7.
Okay.
And then you exhale for 8.
Wow, that's a long time. Okay.
It slows you down. It does. Huh? Yeah.
Yes. So let's do it. Okay. So ready?
Okay. Yeah, it works for me.
Wow. Well, that is a winner. I want you to know that our guest is not in the studio yet. So if you would share 1 or 2 more facts, and then we're going to let people go because, you know, we don't want to hold you hostage.
Okay. And the other thing he said that was interesting that I thought, okay, well now, and maybe he's just a nicer doctor because I fall asleep to my TV, which is a really bad habit, right?
You know what? I listen to a book every night. And so my phone is, you know, under a pillow somewhere, but I'm listening to it because I don't want the blue light.
And do you have it on a timer, your book?
No. Should it be on a timer?
He said one of the things you could do on TV, and he didn't talk about book, but this makes sense to me, that as long as it's less engagement with your phone or whatever. So if you're not playing video games or you're not playing, you know, Candy Crush or whatever on your phone, as long as it's very, I don't know, you're just kind of watching it for the lull and you're not
sort of like white noise.
Yes. So if you're listening to a book, you know, if you're not if you're just kind of listening to it and it's lulling you to sleep, he said, that's okay. But put it on a timer if you can.
Okay.
And he says, keep your bedroom nice and cool. So turn your thermostat way down because your body wants your room to be cool. And he says, no exercise before bedtime at all.
All right. All right.
Yeah. And so that was
no walking. No. So you can't take that evening constitutional, or should you take it earlier?
Take it earlier, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make it more of a routine. And so I'm trying to make sleep more of a priority.
Makes sense to me.
And it's hard. You know, it's a very hard habit to get control of, basically, you know, setting yourself up so you have, but I have to tell you one more thing that I learned this week about habits. And I'm going to, maybe we'll talk about it in the future, but there's a book out there by, I think his name is Ezekiel Emanuel, but it's called Atomic Habits.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about how to form new habits and how hard it is. And so we'll talk about that one day is
Okay.
how do we
How do we
start
shift?
and establish better habits and make them stick. So I'll get the book and then we'll talk about it one of these days. It'll
That
be
sounds like a plan.
yeah. Since we're talking
So
about healthy habits every
exactly, exactly. And you know what? I think sleep is one of the most challenging things that people are dealing with a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea of having some things like the breathing and having an opportunity to just wind down. And
Mm-hmm.
I like that 1, 2, 3 rule. That was interesting. So with that, we're going to give you back some portion of your day, those of you watching live and on the replay, and let you know that sleep is so important. Robin, is there anything else you want to share with us before we go? Like who's coming up next week?
Yes. Winding out the month on the 29th, we have Lakeisha Appleton with us.
Okay,
And she'll be
very good.
getting this ready for Valentine's Day. Right?
Yes,
And then we
indeed.
start out February with Lawana Parker, Dr. Lawana Parker. And then we have Maureen Stevenson in February. So February is going to be a great month. And then we have Lynnis and then we have Jill. So February is a
We got the
wonderful
heavy
month.
hitters coming for February. So,
Yes, we
guys,
do.
we want to encourage you to get good sleep and to remember that, you know, it's a happy, healthy habit that'll help
Mhm,
you succeed in life and in your business. So, with
mhm.
that, we want to remind everybody it's okay to make money in your business. So, go to the front of your own line. And Robin, we want to thank you. You always have such great topics. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
We're here on Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. Guys, if you're looking to become a part of Biz Chicks, simply text Biz to 33777 or go to bizchicks.net. We'd love to share with our community what it is you do and how you serve. Remember that if you're looking for improvements in your business, shortcuts that'll help you make more money, go over there and join the community. Also, we're having free workshops and we'll be letting you know about those in the community. So have a great day. Thank you again, Robin, and everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.